Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Before we get on to the news about Ryan Garcia, there's a young man in Pembrokeshire, West Wales I'd like to give a shout out to. Tyler Abrams, age 10 years old, has just taken up boxing at the Tenby Sharks Boxing Club. Good luck to you. I really hope that this is an enjoyable experience for you and you develop, like I have, a lifelong love of the sport. Remember, keep your chin down and your hands up. So big shout out to Tyler Abrams and his amateur boxing club, the Tenby Sharks. Now, talking about Ryan Garcia. There was some news reported earlier today on TalkSport out of the UK and also on some other media outlets that Ryan Garcia had hoped to train with Eddie Reynoso, who of course is Canelo's trainer, but that isn't going to happen ahead of his fights with Rolly Romero. Pretty obvious reason. Reynoso trains Canelo. Canelo's fighting against Wolliam Schull in Riyadh on May the 3rd. And of course, Ryan Garcia is fighting Rolly Romero on May the 2nd in Times Square, New York City, as part of that Fatal Fury City of Wolves card. I'm not quite sure how they're going to organize this Times Square event. It's still hasn't been disclosed. I'm sure there's a lot of municipal, state and federal hoops to jump through. But I'm quite certain it's going to take place. It's going to be an interesting card, that's for sure. Garcia is, of course, 26 years old, and he's coming after an enforced year-long suspension by the New York State's Athletic Commission because of a failed PED test. He fought Devin Haney, he beat Devin Haney, and then both the A and B samples were found to contain clomiphene, which is the same substance that Conor Benn was found to have in his system. Which leads me to believe that despite differing dairy regulations, the eggs in the UK and in the United States of America are both equally bad for elevating testosterone. I, of course, try to eat as many eggs as possible to stave off the effects of aging. It seems to have very little effect on me, however. Maybe the Canadian eggs or Canadian chickens are different. Who knows on these things, hey? Anyways, getting back to serious business, not that clomiphene isn't a serious business, but after the A and B samples were found to contain this prohibited substance, Ryan Garcia was suspended for a year, and his victory over Devin Haney was unwound, and the fight was declared a no contest. Now, the good and great who organise boxing would like to see Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney have a rematch. But of course, Ryan Garcia's got to get through Rolly Romero, and Devin Haney has to get through Ramirez. They're both fighting on the same card, just not fighting against each other. It's thought, of course, that Devin Haney will dispose of Ramirez, and it's thought that Ryan Garcia will easily dispose of Rolly Romero. But since he cannot train with his preferred choice of trainer, it raises the question that will this affect in any way Ryan Garcia's training? Will it affect his state of mind? Could it shorten the odds? A lot of these sort of questions are going to be asked. Personally, I don't think it makes a very, very big difference. And it's not like Reynoso has been training Ryan Garcia all the way through. They did have a very good training relationship from 2018 to 2021, but Derek James has been training Garcia most recently. In fact, he trained Garcia for the Haney fight and the Oscar Duarte fights. It's interesting that he's moving away from Derek James. Derek James, of course, was also AJ's own old trainer. What Ryan Garcia has said is that given the fact that he cannot train with Reynoso due to the conflict, that Reynoso is training Canelo. Obviously, the man can't be in two places at the same time. He can't devote full attention to two elite athletes at the same time. He's going to go and train with his dad. Now, his father trained him through the early part of his career. Henry Garcia is certainly very capable and has looked after his son's career previously. The fact that Ryan Garcia can't get his first choice probably doesn't really matter too much. Be interesting to know what you all think out there. Does Ryan Garcia's having to go and back and train with his dad in any way, in your minds, affect how this fight might play out? Do you think that Ryan Garcia is going to be able to easily walk through Rolly Romero? Romero, of course, seems very confident that he's going to shock the world and beat Ryan Garcia. I haven't seen local odds yet on this fight. I believe I mentioned when the card was first released that I would have expected Ryan Garcia to win fairly comfortably, probably by stoppage in the first half of the fight. And that's probably where I'll end up. I mean, I'll do a prediction video nearer the time. But let me know in the comments section what you think. If you like this video, please like, please share, please subscribe. Most importantly, wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous day. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.